In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis working together to reduce food import bill. Alleged serial rapist in Guyana to face High Court on 2 more charges, and Red Cross facing financial crisis amid €440 million budget deficit. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 8th of June, 2023. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, Minister of Agriculture in St. Kitts, the Honourable Samuel Duggins, and Minister of Agriculture in the Nevis Island Administration, Honourable Eric Evelyn, met on Friday, June 2 to discuss the implementation of policies in the Federation geared towards meeting CARICOM's 25% by 2025 agenda. The meeting, which was held at the Malcolm Guichard Recreational Park in Nevis, saw Permanent Secretaries Miguel Fleming on St. Kitts and Hughie Sargent of the Nevis Island Administration, Directors of the Departments of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, Deputy Directors and Technical Officers from both islands also in attendance. During a brief update, the Honourable Samuel Duggins expressed how the partnership between both islands can help the Federation meet its target.
As a federal minister, I would have engaged with the minister, Mr. Evelyn, on Nevis, and we would have collaborated on the idea that St. Kitts and Nevis should move in one accord. And today we have brought our technical teams together so that we both can have a shared vision in our approach to the 25 by 25 agenda for St. Kitts and Nevis as one country. And I must say, discussions are going extremely well. And I believe that at the end of these discussions, we will have a very well formulated plan as to how we would both contribute to one agenda for 25 by 25. I always say, based on the data, based on statistics and what we have already put together, St. Kitts and Nevis will be recorded as a success story when CARICOM is announcing all stories about the agenda. And I look forward to seeing what is in the future for food security within the Federation.
The Honourable Eric Evelyn confirmed that the discussion heavily focused on priority crops that are expected to contribute greatly to a reduction in the regional food bill.
We would have had some initial meetings prior to this one, but we decided to intensify what we're doing, because what we need to continue to do is to identify crops, certain crops, livestock products, marine products that we think has the potential for us to increase our production locally so that we can have a reduction by 25% or even more than 25% by the year 2025. I think that here in St. Kitts and Nevis we do have the potential to reach that target, and so what we're also trying to do is to identify what our strength, our weaknesses, our opportunities and our threats are in terms of reaching those targets.
The implementation of the CARICOM Agri-Food Systems strategy in member states is expected to help achieve the 25 by 25 target by giving special attention to priority crops and products such as poultry, corn, soya, meat, which includes beef, sheep, fish and goat, rice and niche vegetables including broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, onions, red cabbage, lettuce and tomato, as well as roots and tubers such as cassava, sweet potato, table potato and dasheen. Specific fruits, herbs and spices have also been considered. In his presentation at the most recent Prime Minister's press conference, Agriculture Minister Duggins revealed that the Ministry of Agriculture is preparing to roll out its comprehensive plan designed to secure food and self-sufficiency and sustainability in St. Kitts and Nevis. This strategy is expected to outline the targets which have been set to contribute significantly in reducing the food import bill on a national and regional level. A technical and legal team from the Food and Agriculture Organization met with Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources and Cooperatives, Miguel Fleming, and Port State representatives in the Department of Marine Resources on Tuesday, 30th May, to discuss and review St. Kitts and Nevis's fisheries, aquaculture and marine resources regulations, which is being supported by the Port State Measures Agreement project. The FAO legal team comprised legal officers Mboba Bojang and Amon Hutun, legal consultant Osvaldo Urrutia Silva, and monitoring control and surveillance consultant Esther Boy Carmona. The meeting was a follow-up from the FAO Fisheries Global and Regional Team and Development Law Service's first visit to the Federation in June of 2022 to complete a needs assessment, which resulted in a validated strategy and action plan to effectively implement the PSMA project to combat illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing and related activities. As a result, a legal team was created, which included the Department of Maritime Resources, the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Nevis Island Administration Legal Department, and the FAO. This team is tasked with the responsibility of reviewing and updating the 2015 Fisheries, Aquaculture, and Marine Resources Draft Regulations in order to have the legal backing to complete and implement each objective. The objectives identified by key stakeholders in the 2022-2024 National Work Plan include strengthening the national policy and legislative frameworks to combat IUU fishing, monitoring, control, and surveillance systems that directly support the implementation of port state measures, and supporting tools, as well as increasing transparency and traceability within the fisheries sector. The team wrapped up the visit with the development of the draft regulations and is expected to advance steps by building national capacity to support and improve the Federation's flag, port, coastal, and market state performance. In other news, the St. Kitts Water Services Department has established a water rationing schedule due to the lack of rainfall during this period. In a press release issued on Wednesday, the department reminded the general public that all of our water supplies are 100% dependent on rainfall. During January to May, this statement said, we received only 60% of the normal rainfall for this period. As a result, we are facing severe water restrictions. The water rationing schedule consists of water being closed off every evening around 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. Residents are therefore encouraged to store water to meet their needs during these interruptions in their supply. All consumers are encouraged to check their premises for leaks and to have them repaired immediately. Consumers who fail to have their leaks repaired will be disconnected. The Water Services Department also stated that they're taking steps to increase our water production capacity to enable a 24-hour supply even during the annual dry season. The department apologized for any inconvenience which this interruption in supply might cause.